Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Y'all, let's make a paper pad work for us. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to stop by, and welcome to all of my new friends and to all of my new subscribers. Welcome back to all of my longtime friends and longtime subscribers. Thank you all so much for the wonderful ways in which you support me and my channel. I really do appreciate it. A lot of us buy paper pads because we like one or two papers in the pad, and that's okay. But a lot of times we don't take full advantage of how paper pads work for us. So today in this video, I'm going to show you how we can take a paper pad and mix and match and make something absolutely beautiful. And then we're going to continue to work from this paper pad. We're going to work with some of the easiest papers to the most difficult papers to give you some ideas of so many different things that you can do from one paper pad, even if there are pages in there you don't like. So I'm going to switch views and go to my overhead camera so that I can give you a look at what I'm talking about with this particular pad, and then I'll show you what we're making today. So y'all, this is a Recollections paper pad that's usually sold at Michael's. I actually picked this one up from Pop Shelf the other day when I was in there, and I'm working with it today. But one of the things that I wanted to do was to give you a quick flip through to show you some of the pages in the book that might be challenging for us, such as that large heart, or large pages like this, or pages like this. And then of course we have a lot of beautiful papers in this pad, but some of the graphics might not appear to go together when in fact they do. So I am going to show you today how we can take this pad and turn it into something beautiful. Before I do want to point out that a lot of times you'll buy a paper pad and it'll have this band across the top. This band is there to help you match those papers. So it's saying if you wanted to take this particular paper and match it with this one, you're going to have a really great look. So when you buy paper pads like this, pay attention to see if they have this band, because it's making recommendations to you on some of the papers in the book that you might want to mix and match. Such as this one. It's saying this one would go great with the plaids, but it will also go great with other papers in this book. So here in my hand I have a simple little project for today, but it has such a big impact. So what I have here is an all-in-one folio. It'll hold your cash, your cards, it'll send your greeting card message, and it'll have a place for photos if you want. So I am just going to open this because it is a trifold, and I'm going to show you just how beautiful this really is. So this opens, and this opens, and we have pockets on the side. So in my pockets, I have created these little tags. So if you want, you can take a photograph and put it on one, or you can put photographs on both. Then you can write messages on the back, however you want to do it. Then here in the center, I made my own little greeting card using a cut apart, and I'll show you how I did that. But what I really want to show you is how we're taking papers from the pad and we're making those papers work together. So we have opposing patterns on this pad, but it all works because we don't have anything here that's competing with the other. So I'm going to remove this, and you can see how well they all work together because the colors work well with each other. So I have butterflies inside of garland here. Even though I have this floral on tangerine here, it's really not a problem because I have all of these colors in this garland here. But then I decided to add a pop of black and white, and I did it using the plaid. So plaids go with everything, y'all. I'm not kidding. If you have plaids in your collection, go ahead and pull them out, lay them against some polka dots, some paisley, some flowers, and you'll see that that works. So that is what I have done here. I'm going to walk you through the process of selecting my papers for today's project, and then we're going to make it. So let's put these back in. This is a very easy project. It folds up, folds over, folds over, and folds over. And this is mailable. So if you want, you can mail it as is. I wouldn't, because I wouldn't want anything to fall out, but you can place it in a beautiful cellophane envelope and mail it that way as well. I could have decorated the outside, but I chose to focus today on the inside. So I'm going to bring in my book and let's pick our papers for today's project. I think I want to work with this one. Then I'm going to I'm going to add this one. And you see this paper is telling me that that green would work well with it. And this one is telling me that the green polka dots would work well with it. Well, that's not what I'm going with. So we're going to do something totally different from what they're telling us to do. I think I'm going to take this plaid. And so now you can see that these patterns are going to work together. No matter how I place them, they will work. So now I need to decide which one do I want to be the outside. And I think that I'm going to go with the plaid for my outside. And I am going to reduce it to 12 by 12 by trimming off this bar here. So here's how we do the project. We've already decided on our papers. So we're going to go ahead now, score and cut for the body of this. So I have that 12 by 12. We're going to make a score at 1/2 inch and at 7. Then we're going to rotate it once and we're going to make a score at 3.5 and at 8. This is how we get that body. And then I'm going to fold and burnish all of my scores. And so now that I have my scores folded and burnished, where we have the 1/2 inch score, we are going to make angle cuts on both sides of those score marks. Then I'm going to take my tape and we're just going to go ahead and add some tape to get these out of the way. So let's fold those over like that. And now we have the bottom to deal with. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the score mark, cut straight down through that score mark, and do this one as well. So we have freed this panel here. And then on this end here, I'm going to do a very slight angle in and a very slight angle in on this side as well, because we're going to be folding up and we definitely don't want it hitting the score mark. Then on this piece here, I'm also going to do a very, very light score or a very light trim. And I'll do that here. You can place it back in your trimmer if you're not comfortable doing this freehand. But I am just taking my time. And so there's that piece. Now we want to go ahead and create the pockets. So we're going to take these two pieces and this is what we're going to work with now. So we're going to take that widest piece and I am just going to angle cut wherever I want to create my fold up pocket. Then on this piece here, it's going to be very simple. However far you want that pocket to be, just then take this part and fold it under. So I'm fine with my pocket being right there. So let's just fold that under. We're not even going to remove it. Now I'm going to take my tape, take this piece, and we're going to stick it. So this is how everything looks right now. So I'm going to set this to the side and we're going to bring in the piece for the inside mat. So I am going to take this piece and we know that this is 6.5 inches long. So I'm going to reduce it by 1/4 and we're going to cut it down to 6 1/4. Then we're going to cut out the 3 pieces that we need to place here. So we have a piece that is going to be 3 1/4, We have a piece that is going to be 4 1/4. And we have a piece that is going to be 3 3/4. And then we need to cut a piece for this flap here. And I want it to match. So I'm going to take a piece and we're going to cut it at 4 1/4 by 4. And then we're going to score it at 1. Now we're going to take this piece and let's fold it like that. We're going to take that piece that measured 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, and this goes on top like that. So I am just going to take a little bit of my glue. I'm going to place my glue on that piece, and we're going to lay down the piece that measures 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 on this piece. So now I'm just going to take my scissors and round that a little bit. Alrighty, so now we're going to take our pieces and we're going to place them down like this on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and take some tape, place some tape on that center piece, and when I place it down, I am going to place it down so that I'm fairly close to the top, and I want to make sure that I am not hitting the score mark. So there's that piece. Now we can take this piece and put it down, doing the same thing. I'm going to take my tape runner, add some tape, and we're going to place it down just like we did the first one. So let's take it and put it right here, and we'll place it down. So if you're watching my video and you're not subscribed, but you like what I'm doing, please, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel. If you do think that you are a subscriber, please go back and check to make sure. There have been so many instances lately of friends who think they are subscribed to my channel, and it turns out that your subscription to my channel has been canceled. Don't know why, but if you would go back and check it, I'd appreciate it. So now we're going to take this piece and we're going to put it right there. So we're going to take this piece, place it down right here. Now we can take this pocket, and I'm just going to place glue on one end only. Fold up. Get that nice and stuck. Then we can take this piece, and I'm going to place glue on one end only. Fold up. Getting it stuck. So you can see how these two patterns are already working well together. So now we're going to bring in just a little bit of this pattern, and you'll see how it does not change the look of our project. So I'm going to cut two pieces, both 4 inches wide. One piece will be 4 3/4 by 4, and one piece will be 2 3/4 by 4. The 2 3/4 by 4 inch piece we're not going to put down right now, but we are going to go ahead and place down this piece. So I can do that using my tape. And y'all, I am not afraid to mix in patterns that might not appear to go well together. Not everything has to be matchy-matchy, as long as we are not confusing the eye with a whole bunch of colors that are competing. Then we're going to be just fine. So there's that piece at the bottom. So now I'm going to take a piece of this, and I'm going to cut a strip and place it at the bottom. That really is just going to help tie everything in. So I just took a scrap piece, I didn't even measure it, and I'm going to place it right there. So I'm going to take my glue, place my glue on the end. We're going to take this piece and we're going to place it right there. And this will be a perfect spot to hold some cut aparts or a message, tags, whatever I might want to put there. So then I have some more of this scrap left, and I am going to take a piece and I am going to cut me a strip that is 3/4 of an inch wide, because I'm going to take this strip and I'm going to place it right here. Lift up that bottom so that we can get that stuck. And then I'm going to take this piece, pull it nice and tight, add some glue right there to get that stuck. Then I'm going to take my scissors and just trim away the excess. I think I'm going to have to get in here with my finger blade. And let's just trim that away. So now I'm going to bring in some white paper, and we're going to cut the white paper. This is white cardstock, and it's a medium weight. We're going to cut this at 6 by 3, and then 6 by 3 1/4. So these should be able to fit in my pockets, and they do. I want to go ahead and use some more of this, so I am just going to cut away this strip here, and then I'm just going to cut this piece in half. Place it in your trimmer if you want, but I'm okay with how that is looking. So now I can just take these pieces, and y'all, we can add some glue or some tape. I'm going to place that down like that, creating my own cute little stationery or photo mat. Trim off this excess. And there's one. Now we'll take this one, add some glue, and we're going to put this right here. And we can put that one right there. So now I'm going to bring in a cut apart page of tags, and we're going to use tags as a way of sending a message. You can place these in your trimmer if you want. I'm just going to cut mine out freehand. And y'all, I really do hope that you are enjoying this project. When I am using a paper pad, this is truly the process that I go through. So I'm just going to take one for right now and put it there. And for this one, I am going to use Hooray, It's Your Day. Let me just trim that. And trim this. You can make these in wedding themes, however you want. So I'm just going to cut this out. Bring in my paper piercer because this will go here. So I am just going to place it down, piercing a hole at the same time. And now I'm going to take one of my mini brads, and we're going to put the mini brad through like that, and then we'll put it through like that. And then we'll open it and fold over. And so when we fold up and over, this is the look that we're getting. Now we can take the piece that measures 2 3/4 by 6, and we're going to cover that mini brad, but I need to round these ends. And so now I'm just going to take a little bit of glue, place that glue on that, and we're going to put that right there. Let's get it stuck. You can add a sweet little message up here if you want, but that's just a really cute way of covering that. And so now, just like before, I am going to take the cut apart that says best day ever, and I'm also going to take the one beside it, and I'm going to make a card. Now, you might not want to do it this way, and that's okay, but I am just showing you how we can take all elements of that paper pad and incorporate it into the project. So I'm going to take this, and I'm not putting it in my scoreboard. I am just going to fold over like that. Then I'm going to take this and put it on the inside. So I am just going to add some glue. We're going to take this piece and I'm going to place it in. So now we can write a sweet little message. We're going to have all of these wonderful tags positioned throughout. I'm just going to get some more tags, cut aparts, whatever you want to use. And so now we can take our tags and we can just use tags and cut aparts as decorative elements. And then I'm just going to cut out this "You Bring Me Joy." And I'm cutting up a cut apart to be able to do it. And I'm okay with that because it's all in what you like. And so I'm going to take that and put it right there. Let's grab some glue. And now we're going to take this and put it right there. And then I have these little gem strips that I got from the Dollar Tree, but I'm just going to use them as a little accent on this. And I'm going to place one right there. And then we're going to place one right there. And so, my friends, there we have it. This will actually sit up like this so that the recipient can sit it out on the countertop, their desk, their mantle. It's just like any other card that you would send, except you made it personal because you designed it just for them. Make sure that when you're doing this, you put your own stamp on it. Mine is just a blueprint, an idea of some of the things that you might want to do. I haven't added anything up here, but you might want to do that. So, however you choose to do yours, there is no right or wrong. I am going to bring that first one back in because, y'all, I think that these are just stinking cute, adorable. And I know that you're going to have fun making them. So pull out those paper pads and don't be afraid to use the paper pads in different ways. Mix those patterns because that's why you have so many different patterns in a book. Go ahead, step outside of your comfort zone. Don't worry about everything being matchy-matchy. Mix those patterns. I'll be back tomorrow with another project from that same paper pad, and we're going to tackle some of the larger images in the paper pad. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this awesome video. If you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.